Brilliance Audio presents Great Exploration Hoaxes by David Roberts, performed by David de Vries. Preface. The idea for this book came from writing another one. About 3 years ago, the Sierra Club commissioned me to write a short novel. They gave me no guidelines except that it had to do with mountaineering. An old adage of the climbing world has it that although there are numerous classic expedition narratives and personal memoirs, a decent mountaineering novel has yet to be written. I thought I knew one of the reasons why. Climbing may be intensely dramatic, but it is strangely lacking in interesting moral problems. The strongest moral aspect of mountaineering, perhaps the only one, is trust. There are few acts in life that bespeak a more total commitment to another person than tying onto the same rope with him, and the antithesis of trust is betrayal. Musing on these truisms, I was suddenly struck with the idea that it might be interesting to write about a man who fakes an important climb. I knew about Frederick Cook and Mount McKinley, see Chapter 6, and about Cesare Maestri and Cerro Torre, see Chapter 9. But I realized that I didn't know much about Cook and Maestri as people. It was obvious that the most interesting way to write my short novel would be from the point of view of the man who perpetrates the hoax. Two questions seemed paramount. First, what would lead a man to attempt a hoax? Was it an impulsive or a carefully premeditated act? What kind of man would do it? Was it possibly a matter of self-delusion? Second, what was it like to live with once the skeptics began pointing their fingers? What was the effect on the rest of a man's life? I knew I had to do some research. I started with Cook and Maestri, and the trail led me to other explorers, not necessarily climbers, who had tried to pull the wool over the eyes of the world. I was looking for a composite character type, in the way that experts on airplane hijackings have developed a behavioral profile to screen potential criminals as they pass through the airport security gates. Almost at once, I picked up some remarkable similarities, like the frequency with which hoaxers seem to have lost a parent in childhood. In the epilogue of this book, I speculate briefly about the composite type who attempts an exploring hoax. The research was both fascinating and disturbing. I had always thought of myself as a person constitutionally incapable of faking anything, and I had never been aware of the slightest compulsion to misrepresent my climbs in any way. I started and ended my researches with a conviction that the kinds of people I was looking at were unpleasant, vain, and obsessive. But as I began to write my novel from
Sample complete. Ready to continue?